Good morning and welcome back to Knitting Nana Goes Rogue. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been on here. I've been doing some shorts and some little things here and there, but I haven't done a full episode in quite a long time. And I was considering not doing it today either because, as you can tell, I have a cold. It's not COVID, thank you, but it's a cold. I've been kind of out of it for a couple of days. So I've got all my handy dandy little ginger ale, hand sanitizer, tissues, and anything else I might need. But my voice kind of comes and goes, so I was like, eh. And worst hair day ever. I'm so overdue for a haircut. I missed mine last month, and yeah, gotta do it because it's getting ridiculously ridiculous. So anyway, so all of that to say, I'm gonna do my best today. Back in October, towards the end of, well, middle of October or so, wasn't feeling great, you know, and for the first time in, I can't tell you how many years it's been, I couldn't knit. I totally lost my mojo. I don't know what was going on. I felt horrible, felt awful. I had gone to my doctor's for my regular, you know, annual checkup or whatever. And, you know, at that time she says, you know what, let's hold off for blood work for another 6 months. Usually I get it every 6 months, but she's like, you know what, you seem to be, you're doing okay. So let's hold off on the blood work. So we did. And, you know, I mean, I just really was, I felt like I was dying. I mean, really, not to be dramatic or anything, but that's exactly how I felt. Felt like I was dying. And even my husband was getting concerned. So life went on and, you know, stuff, and just wasn't feeling any better. And then it just so happened I needed lab work from another doctor. And it turned out that there really was something that was brewing and something that was going on. And it showed up in the blood work. And I was like, oh, thank you, God. You know, I'm not dying, number one. Number two, I was able to maneuver stuff around, medications and all that sort of stuff. And I started to feel better. Oh, voila, you know. And the biggest thing was I could knit again. Because seriously, for like over a month, I couldn't knit. I mean, I was just... Even my husband was getting, honey, why aren't you knitting? Yeah, why aren't you buying yarn? You know, all of that stuff. And anyway, so when I came back with a vengeance because I just had all of these ideas that started popping up in my head. And I've really gotten into the whole designing knitwear stuff, which, thank you, Ashley Lillis. Thank you, oh my gosh, thank you, Kirsten Joel, for, you know, I've done test knits for them as well as for some other designers, and they just inspire me with just creativity. And so I got bit by the bug, you know, a while ago, and, you know, I have some designs on Sandy Sessler Designs on Ravelry. All my patterns are free. And the reason they're free is because I'm brand new at this. You know, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I've taken a few, like, you know, little courses and things like that. But overall, I'm new at this. So, you know, I have a tech editor, Hannah from Works of Your Hands. I'll put it in the show notes. Works of Your Hands, there we go, who's my tech editor, who has handheld me through the designs that I've done. And so it just seems to fulfill something in me. Having said that, because I'm going to show you some of the stuff, but it means that none of my family, none of my kids, my grandkids, or my great-grandkids, of which I've just had number 6, great-grandchild, are getting any knits for Christmas. Now that has not happened, and I can't even, I have no idea how many years it's been, but they always get something, even if it's a hat or what. I mean, but there's, you know, between all of them now, there's 14 grandkids and 6 great grands. That's 20 grands, okay? And nothing. They're getting nothing. I mean, they're getting something, but they're not getting any hand knits this year. And they may be shocked. And that's okay. Because you know what? I'm sure I'll make up for it next year. But anyway, so let's get back to the whole design thing. When I first started, you know, my first sweater design was the Ice Cream Social cardigan. I will be putting, you know, pictures and all that sort of stuff in there. It was a big success. I mean, I was shocked, you know. I mean, granted, it's a free pattern, you know, so lots of, you know, I mean, over 600 people have downloaded the pattern. I'm like, and it turns out that somebody I used to work with years ago before I retired, who has also since retired, she, unbeknownst to me, didn't know that I knit. I didn't know she knit, didn't know I had a YouTube channel, none of those things. She stumbled upon me. I'm not sure. Yeah, she stumbled upon me. And she knit the sweater. And she not only knit it, she knit it in the exact colors that, you know, the original one was knit in. And she absolutely loved it. And I was just like, what a feeling to see another human being wearing something that I designed. I mean, seriously, it just was, it was awesome. Anyway, so that was the first one. I had done a whole bunch of hats, which are in my Ravelry store. And I may put those pictures in there too somewhere. But the first sweater was the Ice Cream Social cardigan. And I just had fun with it. I had so much fun with it. And I was brand spanking new at it. You know, I had my tech editor. It was tech edited everything. I made the initial sample. But I didn't know about the whole test. I mean, I knew about test knitting, but I didn't know how to go about it. And so I just made all the sizes myself. I made this, you know, and those pictures I will put up in there because it looks significantly different on me in the different sizes. And then it's a comfy sweater. It's just such a comfy sweater that I decided, and I love the yarn. It's the Plymouth yarn Encore Tweed, which, do I have a ball here? I don't think I do, but you've seen me in my other episodes show it to you. It's a wonderful worsted weight yarn, acrylic and wool. And so I love the colors, so I decided I'd make one in just all one color, and it turns out that that is my favorite, all-time favorite sweater in the whole wide world. I love it. I wear it almost every day. Here, that one is, it's right here. And it's like, you know, whoops. Here we go, sorry. It's plum colored, you probably can't even see it. You know, it's a plum color. I love it. I love the tweed. And then, you know, like I said, it's all in one color as opposed to in the color block that I did the original pattern in. And then I just did a little, did I crochet? Did I crochet this? Oh my gosh, it's been a while. No, I knit. I knit 2 rows of black at the end of the ribbing around the collar and the front ribbing. And it just gives a little pop of whatever. Anyway, it's so comfy. It's warm. You know, it's got 20% wool in it, but it's acrylics. I can throw it in the washer and dryer. What's not to love? Love it. And it's this one I made in the extra large, so it's like just big and comfy. Okay. Moving on before I completely lose my voice. Hold on a second here. The next, let me see. Okay. Let's talk about, my camera's off. There we go. All right. I've talked about the Plymouth yarn a lot because I've used it a lot. But I also love Lion Brand. Lion Brand was my mainstay and was my salvation through COVID, because when the local yarn stores were closed and a lot of the online stores didn't have availability because the mills got shut down and everything, and yarn availability, it became a problem. And because of the volume that I knit for so many people, couldn't get what I wanted, and the expense. Let's face it. You know, I'm retired. You know, I'm not a millionaire. I'm on a fixed income, and so what I do spend my money on, as far as, you know, for me, is yarn. I mean, that's my hobby, it's whatever. But saying that, you know, I am also very, you know, I'm frugal, not cheap, I'm frugal. And I look to how I can best use what money I have available for the most good. And so Lion Brand, excuse me, going directly through them, you know, they constantly have sales, 30% off, 40% off, buy one, get one free, you know, and they have the, well, they have the availability. I'll say that with a little bit of a caveat. So they got me through the pandemic, you know, like every time a big box would come, you know, in the mail, and my husband could see the Lion Brand logo on it. He's like, yarn for you, honey. Okay, so some of my favorite yarns that I have used, well, where we go? Okay, I love this yarn. I have used this yarn since my first grandkids were born, and my oldest one is 34, okay? It's homespun. Homespun, here we go. It's number 5 bulky weight. It's all acrylic, but it's like a workhorse. It's nubbly, for lack of a better word. All right, you can see it's a squiggly thing, and then it has yarn, a thread that runs through it. So it's just, I don't know if you can see the thread that runs through it, probably not. But anyway, people either love it or hate it. Because I've seen some people say, oh, it splits, it does this, it does that, it pills. I have, like I said, I have used this for my grandkids for over 30 years. And I've knit, it's soft. It's so, so soft. It's just, granted it's acrylic, but the beauty of that is washable, dryable. Throw it in the washer. You know, you don't even have to block it, or you do block it, but I block it in my washer and dryer. How much easier can you get? Anyway, so, and I originally, the pattern was for like a small, like size 2 hooded sweatshirt that I originally made for one of my grandkids. Loved it. And I ended up making that same sweater through the years, over and over and over and over again, in different, bigger sizes and everything. And they used to have phenomenal colors and they have ones that were striped, you know, so they would have stripes in them, or, you know, variegated, different beautiful colors and like jewel tones, and just, and not expensive, you know, let's face it, you know, because there's, let me see here, 6 ounces, 185 yards in one for a bulky yarn. Okay, for, you know, under $10. And you can get, like I said, you can get it on sale, you know, and so when you get it on sale, 60% off or 40%, whatever. Anyway, I digress and I go on far too long. And they used to have a phenomenal range of colors in this. And during the pandemic, I ordered a whole bunch of it, you know, in different stripes, different colors, all that sort of stuff. Well, so when I started well, let me see. Let's go with, all right, let's go with this one. This is my latest, one of my latest sweater designs. It's a pullover, and it's called I call it the Puff Mallow Pullover because it's puffy and feels like a marshmallow. You know, it's soft and squishy and just luscious. Now, look at it. See the stripes? These are the stripes. It's called First Blush. Don't rush out to try and buy it, because you can't. It's been discontinued. That's the problem, okay? The issue that has come up with this yarn. You can, Joann's carries it. Michael's, you can get it through their website. Lion Brand, you can get it directly from them. But again, the color, they seem to have done away with the stripes. And they do have solid colors, and their solid colors are like kind of some of them are variegated, so there's more than one color in there. Still beautiful, but a handful of colors. And I contacted the company. I'm like, listen, I designed the sweater and, you know, are you gonna, and they're like, you know, unfortunately, they've eliminated, because some of the stores aren't carrying it, they've eliminated some of the colors and all this stuff. So you can still get it. I have not found this particular, the first blush, which I loved because it's just pinks and purple and it's just luscious. If you can find it, good luck to you, but I'm sorry, I apologize. But anyway, the sweater itself, it's right now in for testing. And if any of you, I have testers for my smaller sizes, but if anybody is interested in doing a test knit of this in anywhere from extra large, 2XL, 3XL, just send me a message, you know, I'll send you the pattern. It's an open-ended, I'm not like looking to get it done by Christmas or whatever. It's an open-ended test. But I just want to know, because that's the beauty, or the need for a test knitter, is to be able to know, all right, I wrote this pattern, does it work? You know, does it actually come out in all the different sizes? So if you're interested in that, please feel free to send me a message. And like I said, I apologize that this color is not available. Well, like I said, you may be able to search. The other thing is, if you want to test knit it, you don't have to use this yarn. I just love this yarn because it's just so squishy soft and everything, but you can use any bulky weight yarn you would like. Okay? All right. So that's the Puff Mallow pullover. Okay. Now, next on the needles was, Lion Brand. Again, I found this new yarn that came out, and it is a new yarn, so they have it, okay? It is available. And I was like, that looks really interesting. It's a WoolEase, which is, Lion Brand is famous for WoolEase. It's, let me see how much it's, hold on a second. Here we go. It's 80% acrylic and 20% wool, which again, does washing and drying nicely, okay, because of the acrylic. So it's not going to felt on you. And anyway, so I've used WoolEase before. Ashley Lillis, she's her sweater she designed, she uses a lot of WoolEase in the past for her designs, and it's just, and it's not going to break the bank, okay? Bottom line, it's not going to break the bank. Okay, so this new one that came out with WoolEase Fair Isle. And I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? There we go, Fair Isle. And there, excuse me, there's 5.3 ounces, 348 yards in one ball, okay? I got it on sale through Lion Brand, through the company, for like $6.99 a ball. I think normally it's $9.99 a ball. For almost 350 yards, okay? And I'm like, oh, well, it looks interesting. And then there's a picture on the front. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. You can see that. Of a different color combination. But that is what it knits up like. It knits up like a Fair Isle pattern. It's a self-patterning yarn. Hello! Self-patterning yarn was the best invention ever made. So I got a few balls of the gray, medium gray. Actually, I should tell you what it is in case you really like it and want to get it. This is called Thaw/medium gray. And so I designed a hat. Again, it's on my, in my Ravelry store. And, okay, I call it the Stormy. This is not going to do much for my hair. Oh, I don't wear hats well. I never have. I'm just not a hat person. I don't know what it is. Okay, this is called Stormy Weather. Stormy Weather beret, because it's a beret. But you can wear it as a beret, or you can wear it just like as a regular hat, okay, like that. But look at the pattern. I'll take this off, all right? So this was just gray, and so you got that, and you got that. You can't see it all that much on this particular pattern because it's a small pattern, all right? But it patterns. Oh my goodness, look at the hair. That did not do much for me, huh? Okay, so I did this, again, in my Ravelry store, Stormy Weather beret. help yourself. And guys, if any of you guys make any of my designs, please throw the project onto the project page. I'd love to see. I love to see it when people are making things. Okay, so I got two. I got the gray, and then I got, now unfortunately, I did check the website, and it turned out that they're already out of stock of this particular color. But I'm sure they're going to get more back in because it's brand spanking new. This was the denim and lilac. Lilac? Lilac. Okay. So, you can, and I'm going to give you two separate shots of it because this is the one where the blue is on the outside and here's the one where the lilac is on the outside because that's what happens. It comes like this, okay? Now, I ordered 6 balls. So I got 6 that were with the blue on the outside, 6 that had the lilac on the outside, okay? Now, I'm telling you this for a really good reason. My latest design, it's on the needles. I don't even have a name for it. Hey, guys, I'd love, if you have an idea for a name, please throw it in there. Let me know, because I'm drawing a blank. Must be the cold. I'll use that as an excuse. Okay, it's another pullover, of course. Okay, now, you ready for this? Yarn magic. This, when I started this, I'm like, oh my God. You ready? Okay, because I hate stranded color work. It's not my thing. Never has been. I hate floats. You know, I've done it. I made a beautiful Icelandic sweater for one of my daughters years ago because she loved that kind of stuff. And it was stranded and it was, oh my God. It was beautiful, but I absolutely hated working on it. It's just not my thing. It's just not, I'm a lazy knitter. I like to be able to sit down and just go and go and go. All right, so you ready for this? Because there's not one, this is all one yarn. Ready? Is that the most amazing thing you have ever seen in your life? I mean, seriously, my husband's like, wow, look at all the work you put into that. It's like magic. It just does it all itself. And they've got really different color pattern combinations, you know, that, anyway. So I'm just designing this pattern now. If you want to test knit this one, throw your name in there on that one as well. It probably, well, I've finished one sleeve. I've got another sleeve to go. Then I have to write the pattern, get it tech edited. So it's going to be a little bit of time, but if you're interested. But the big thing is, if you have a name, if you can think of a name of what this might be, throw it in there. But I mean, seriously, if the yarn can take all the work out for you, why not? And again, it's acrylic and wool. So it's going to be, it's warm, but it's not too warm because I can't wear all wool sweaters. They're just too warm for me. But this is just kind of warm enough and it's going to be cozy enough. It's, I made it slightly cropped, not super cropped where you get to see my, my belly, but no, just slightly cropped. But you can make it any length you want, you know, and I may even make a cardigan version of it, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, oh, I digress. So the point was to be able to get it so that it totally matched when I split for the neck and the front, because like the back, here's the back, right? I know, look at that, really. So what I had to do was be careful with the balls, and I actually did cut off a little bit of one of the balls so that those two front panels matched pattern-wise, which was no big deal. And then with the sleeve, I started a new ball. Yeah, and so I just have to make sure that I use, for the other sleeve, the same thing. The one that starts with the dark blue and goes like that. There you go. Takes a little bit of figuring out, but you know what? As knitters, we're so smart. We can figure anything out. So, all right. So I need a name for this, guys. Please jump in and let me know what you think. And then, what else? Okay, the brain just completely fogged over. Completely lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere else with it. Oh, well. Anyway, I probably should stop here because the brain hasn't kicked in, haven't had coffee yet, doesn't taste good. Anyway, I'm sure I will not be doing, well, I shouldn't say, because I never know what I'm going to do. I was going to say, wish you all a happy holiday because believe it or not, December 1st is right around the corner, as is lots of other holidays are coming up for around the world. And this time of year can be very hard on people, extremely hard on people. If you've lost someone, if you're grieving, you know, if, you know, you're going through illness or, you know, whatever, it can be a rough time of year. You know, it's not happy holidays for everybody. It's just not. That's just not the reality. And so for me, you know, I'm blessed every single day that I can wake up, you know, and be able to be part of this world, which is a scary place to be right now. I mean, let's face it, you know, stuff's going on in the world. It's scary, it's sad, it's tragic. But I have to put my heart into the things that I love, which is my family, above all else. You know, family is number one. Knitting runs a close second. And with that, I'm probably going to sign off, and I'll see you next time I see you. Thank you for being so patient. I really appreciate it. Oh, wait, don't forget, like, subscribe. Yeah, do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm slowly accumulating more subscribers, but I would love it if you would like, subscribe, share. You know, it's just the community, the knitting community is just an incredible place to belong. And we all belong here. And with that, I'll end.